Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So in a genuinely unexpected, it was very unexpected. Officer, that man's unexpected himself right here in public. No, unexpected. An unexpected plot twist is a plot twit. Oh my God, that's me. I'm an unexpected plot twit. Okay, an unexpected plot twist was Star Trek Picard and freaking awesome. I mean, just awesome, and freaking awesome. I don't know if I can convey this strongly enough. It's awesome. Do you like Star Trek? Do you like a bit of Star Trek Next Generation? You'll like it. Would you rather have got a baseball bat and smashed yourself repeatedly in the face and have watched Star Trek Picard Series 1 and 2? Me too! Right? Me too! Yes. Yeah, do you vomit in your mouth at the thought of there being another season of Star Trek Discovery? Me too! Me too! Yes. I do. Inexplicably, strangely, this is very good. This is very organically Star Trek. So there is some debate within fandom, I think, right now. Is this a trend or is this an aberration? Now, I truly believe this is a trend. Right? I truly believe this is a trend. I think it's just over, right? I just think the ability of making media that nobody wants and nobody cares about and lying and say, oh, it's so super successful. You're like, nobody believes you anymore, right? Like Ant-Man Quantumania, it's shit, right? It did badly because it's shit. It's another Disney widget, right? You can't keep telling us the same freaking lies and no one's listening anymore. That's the thing. The only people you're telling lies to are yourself. Right? And they're like, nobody believes this crap. Nobody believes it's financially viable. Even for Disney, I am very sure, right? I am very sure that Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny has been massively reshot to de-Catherine Kennedy it, right? I think it's over, right? I think it's genuinely over. I don't know. Although, I have to say, the publishing is still way behind the game. I just heard that James Bond novels are going to be rewritten to take out any of the racially insensitive language. I mean, really, I like, don't rewrite the past, morons. So is it a trend or aberration? I guess we'll have to wait and see. I think it's a trend. And I don't give a shit, quite frankly. I'm happy to have good Star Trek. For me, this is the sequel to Next Generation we've always wanted and never got. I go straight from Insurrection straight into this. I think I say that about 70 or 80 times during this review, right? It's just good. It's safe, okay? And the interesting thing is you can totally tell the intentions of the makers of this through the media. It's weird, right? You can tell they like Picard, right? You can tell Jeffrey Wright was Commissioner Gordon in that Batman piece of crap because he was black. And Jeffrey Wright, fantastic actor. Genuinely fantastic actor. He was hired for that, I believe, because he was black, right? Not because he's a fantastic actor. Whereas Lawrence Fishburne was hired to play Perry White because he's a fantastic actor right for that role. Yeah, they're perfect, right? So, I just feel this is good, right? I feel this is actually really genuinely respect Star Trek. It likes Star Trek. Good news. And look, if they're making this stuff, they must be making it through gritted teeth. I mean, I don't know. Alex Kurtzman was very, very dedicated to his nonsense. But also Alex Kurtzman really wasn't. He couldn't care less about whatever issue he was screaming about. He just wanted to sound trendy and hip. And now the sea has changed, right? And when you do something that's irredeemably awful, like Velma, for example, you get embarrassed in Hollywood, right? And that is the worst thing ever that can happen to these people. They get embarrassed. They do not like to get embarrassed. So, I think the culture war's over. But I know, going from, huge things to small things, let's just look at this one episode. Very good episode, right? Absolutely great episode. Really genuinely loved it. Fine. Like, share, subscribe, comment. All those things are fantastic. We're about to get into the review that comes from my live stream I did last night on Saturday the 25th. I'm not sure when this is going out. Probably Monday is my guess, right? Probably Monday. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But again, so like, share, subscribe, comment. Look in the video notes. Follow me on Instagram. I'm bad at posting there, but I'm getting better. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Substacks, my email newsletter. Follow me everywhere, baby. Follow me everywhere, and your life will be so much better for it. It's just my advice to you. Your life will genuinely be so much better for it. Fine, like, share, subscribe, comment. Now, let me hand over to me from last night. Star Trek, Star Trek. I said it. Star Trek. Oh, it's so freaking good. It's so good. I'm sorry. It's so fucking good. I love it. Man, maybe I just haven't seen Star Trek for so long, right? And I liked Strange New Worlds, lots of Strange New Worlds. I found Lieutenant Lesbian Latinx irritating. Not her irritating, just like she overbalanced the cast a little bit. I found she a bit current day and irritating. And I'm worried about next season because they got rid of my favorite character. But I enjoyed it. However, I didn't find it Star Trek, a recognizable Star Trek. I found it a riff on Star Trek, which I quite enjoyed, right? It seemed to be somebody's interpretation of Star Trek, which was fun. And it felt fun and entertaining and enjoying. I'm looking forward to next season. I'm scared of next season, right? But this feels like Star Trek, right? This feels actually like Star Trek Next Generation. It goes seamlessly from Insurrection. Forget Nemesis. It goes seamlessly. Oh, and beautifully. Now, my only criticism is I think they should have put episodes 1 and 2 together because this is full spoilers, by the way. They should have put episode 1 and 2 together because episode 1 was called Next Generation, which was a great title, but it would have been even greater if these two episodes put together in a movie of the week format, right? With the revelation we get at the end, right? It's just wonderful, right? It's really absolutely wonderful. So it starts off much like Star Trek Strange New Worlds. You have a very cool TNG era ship. It could be Titan, could be Enterprise. Going whoosh, wow, whoosh, whoosh. Now, don't do drugs, kids, but if you do, this is awesome. And it just is. It's awesome. So anyway, so then we have a little bit previously, which I basically skip. Okay, fine. They set everything up. 2 weeks ago, again, this is a modern push forward for Star Trek. It feels an organic continuation of the Next Generation in the same way Star Trek 2, 3, and 4 felt like a organic continuation of the original series, right? Just with a lot more money, it's like somewhat better, right? But they felt like it was Kirk, Spock, McCoy, right? It's the same thing. This feels like the same character, but this feels like something new and modern. So 2 weeks ago, you get some great music, and this ship turns up. They are so repenting, abandoning the proper Star Trek-y looking ships, right? So this is a little Star Trek-y looking ship. Shows up, great music playing, and we get to meet, what we find out his name is Jack Crusher, and he's a bit of a charming, chappy, naughty boy. So look, basically his joy is this is it. He's a medical crusader, right? And so he like cons his way into places to save them and get past red tape. And he's being boarded by these bad people, right? And they're looking through and said, "Oh, look, you can have these weapons there." And again, he's very charming. This guy, right? He's genuinely very, very charming. And yeah, he's just driven. He's a great Star Trek hero. That's what he is. He's a great Star Trek hero. He's breaking the rules to save people, right? I love this. This is so great, right? This is not like Burnham, who is like just insane and off balance and then always right about everything as Space Jesus. This is a fun character with foibles, right? Fits right in. And so he's bribing them, right? He's bribing these people and like, take this case. And as he leaves, this guy says, I've located him. And they go, fine. And so present day, he's been hunted. So what's basically going on is that there's been Klingons, there's been Federation. These people, I think people are being taken over by the villain to hunt. That's why they said trust nobody at the beginning, right? So they found him at the end, and they've been cornered by this massive ship, it's just lovely bit of The special effects are fantastic. I think it's oh yeah. So they conned the Titan into. I like this character, by the way. They conned the Titan into taking them. Well, they were trying to con the Titan into taking them in the right direction. The captain said, "Piss off," and he hates them. And Seven of Nines, who's the first officer, broke orders to take them there, and they gave them a shuttle, and off they went. So they're monitoring them being in trouble, right? I like this character, right? It's like you don't often see bald either Vulcans or Romulans, but they're very. I don't know what she is, but she's cool. Right, and they're like, oh, they're in shit water, so we got to go and help them. So you don't understand. You're gonna brig. Yeah, you're dismissed. Get rid of it. So Captain Arsehole comes a lot better this week, right? He becomes a Star Trek captain. Massive ship, about to destroy the teeny tiny little ship. Says we want what's going on? Then they're looking for what's the name? Jack. They're looking for Jack. They find out they have like these transporter inhibitors on, and then we're into the titles. Disengage, right? Okay. Oh yeah. So now we're over at the Raffi story, and we find out who this is this week. Starfleet Command is terminating investigation until further notice. Right? Damn you, Starfleet Command! I'm going to investigate on my own. And they said, no, it was totally this, Romulan terrorist who did it, Toluco. And I'm like, no, it bloody wasn't. Do not engage, it says. Damn you, I'm going to do it anyway. Right, so 709 goes to him and says, listen, we got to save them. What's wrong with you? A basic argument is, listen, you can either be the hero that saves heroes, or the idiot that lets heroes die. Like, how do you want to be looked at, right? And off she goes. Meanwhile, they're trying to work out what to do. So they see him trying to be beamed off, and he's got transport inhibitors. They just pulled up. Said, okay, so it's you they're looking for. They found out that Beverly's in a pod, and they're being cool tractor beam technology. They're being rattled about by it. They're trying to work out what to. Then boom, in comes Titan to save them. Right again. So Star Trek-y. I love it. Freaking love it, mate. I do. What do you want me to tell you? It is awesome, awesome. Oh, it's so good. It's so freaking good. So there, yeah. So now he's in Starfleet captain mode, and he's very good in it, right? Loving a bit of LaForge, yeah. I mean, again, these are the little kisses back to the past that we love. I love there being Demora Sulu on the bridge of Enterprise. Was it B? Right, I absolutely love that. Right, I didn't mention last episode the red woman was the statue of Captain Garrett, the captain of Enterprise C. So they try and they beam them off. Meanwhile, she's looking for this an introduction into the Romulan who's the Ferengi who said that Toluco that he sold Toluco the tech, right? And she said, I can tell you, but yeah, I won't let you see our son again. So I need to see Toluca. I'm that dedicated. So okay. So meanwhile, a great villain. They bring them on board. And how much you are in so much trouble. They meet the villain, right? Villain's really interesting. It doesn't seem like she's like a blast from the past, right? The villain is like a new villain, right? It's all about going after Jack, right? Jack Crusher. And she like knows everything about them. She's really creepy. I genuinely liked her. She's very creepy. And she said, look, I'm going to lower shield so you can scam me. And they see they are fucked. We are fucked. They got like a gazillion million photon torpedoes and everything else. And like, okay, then you got 1 hour to send them over to me, right? Otherwise, bad news. So then they take the ship they were on, right? They just beat them off. And they got this tech that has the tractor beam, throws it at them. And it like smashes into their ship and like causes it some serious damage, right? I mean, that's like crazy. So off they go. So you better tell us what's going on. So the truth is, he is a criminal, right? Because he's broken the rules, because he doesn't care, because he needs to save people. Yes, he's impetuous. He's such a traditional Star Trek hero. He reminds me a lot of like Captain Cahoon from Star Trek New Frontiers, was it? That was awesome. I love that, right? It was such a traditional Star Trek hero. Don't know much about LaVood, kind of like her. Smiley. Oh, it's really her daughter, by the way, I think. His daughter. And then 709 is like, they say, I can't remember, she gets out of trouble somehow, and he starts to redeem himself, right? Look, and they say, look, what's going on with you? I said, listen, he's got to go to the brig, and he's basically planning on handing him over. It's like, I've got 500 people here, and this one kid. Why wouldn't I? Who's a criminal, who's got a criminal record going on? He's a bounty hunter, wants to take the bounty, and they're going to kill everyone if we don't. I think he's giving them, right? The villain looks like Ellen DeGeneres. She does a bit, right? All right. So again, this captain though, I like they swooped in and saved them, right? And was Star Trek captaining, right? And he's like, what's about this kid? And Mike is like, haven't you fucking worked out who this kid is yet? Said, I don't know what you mean. Think of the age. It's Beverly's kid. Who do you think the father is, right? So he goes and talks to him. And he basically starts to get the truth out of him. Like he's a hotshot medical troubleshooter. Yeah, he doesn't care about the rules. That's me because I'm a Star Trek hero being Star Trek. And he's very cool. I like him, right? And he says, who's your father, right? And that's when things break down. He won't tell him, right? So look, I got less than now to work out to get you out of this ship. Meanwhile, awesome scene. I can't believe it. Raffi's in an awesome fucking scene. Oh my God. This is how redeemed this show is, right? This is totally how redeemed the show is. They got this piece of shit character that fits into Star Trek Next Generation and without seeming jarring. And I love this Ferengi, right? This Ferengi is such a modern, like, gangster Ferengi. I freaking love him. He's got the smaller lobes. He's just more dangerous. So I really like him. So she wants to know. Says bullshit. Toluco did it. I know because Toluco's. Toluco's my boss, right? And you got to tell me I'm going to kill you. Said, you got to prove you're not police, right? He said, well, of course I'm not police. Said, well, you got to prove it. And he says, why don't you shoot this up, right? Then I know you're not Starfleet. And he's like, fine, I'll do it. Basically, and again, this Ferengi is awesome. Freaking love this Ferengi. Oh yeah. As about to shoot up. I love what he's doing with his target. It's like he's all like getting off on it. And so there's this weird like eye drugs. And she's really getting off. Said, oh, you're really. So listen, here's the thing. I know you're not sent by Toluco because I got Toluco here. And then she's like passing out, and this mysterious figure comes in who, in the screen grabs, is clearly Wolf, right? And I could tell at the time it was Wolf. Da 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 da. Ding ding ding. It really is that moment, right? Yeah. Da 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 da. And he's using that thing from Star Trek First Contact. Da 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 da. Oh, awesome! And he cuts off Toluco. Was it the Ferengi's head? It really is awesome. Maybe today it's a good day to die. And finally you see it says, I told you not to engage. Oh, fuck me, it's awesome. It all fits together and it's all good. Stop. Oh my God, yes. Oh, it's so good, right? It's so good. But it's actually going to get a bit better, right? It's actually going to get a bit better. Peter Reed says real Wolf, not Wolf the Klingon. Yes. Now, I like the Klingons, but in a different... I wouldn't put them in this. This is very TNG. Right, so then off they go. Back at Titan, they're like, well, we're fucked. It's like, we got to work out something to do. So meanwhile, Jack breaks out of prison, right? He fucks it away, and he's off on the run. I don't know who this green guy is, but boy, I like him. He can't be Andorian. Not Andorian. What's the name? Orion. No, the Orion women were green. They weren't, not the men. So they're like, he's on the rise, then we gotta find him. Meanwhile, but she references Jean-Luc being synthetic. Jean-Luc Picard in this synthetic flesh. So she knows everything about him. The word is they're going to retcon that in this season, right? They're going to say somehow it was actually an injection of synthetic nanobodies into his body, right? That re-infused him. Okay, we're back. Like that's awesome, right? We're freaking awesome. So, like, just want you to know, I'm going to threaten you more. You can give him now, but I'm going to make it worse for you if you fight. And like, we're fucked. It's like, we're fucked. Great, just being a great villain, right? Chewing up scenery. So what a Star Trek villain should do, right? It feels like Khan. It feels like Grudge. It feels like all the good Star Trek villains, right? Genuinely speaking, fantastic. Feels like a Bull Queen. Yeah, great bait Star Trek villains choose scenery. Even the one in Insurrection, I liked him. F. Murray, what is his name, from Amadeus, right? And he's like, and they just find him. Oh yeah, so we got like a Ryan woman there. Could have been a bit hotter, but they found him, right? He's making his way to the transporter, and they're like, look, he's trying to transport him over to. They can't. Where else he's going? He's trying to transport him over to save the ship. He said, well, I think we got to let him. Then, meanwhile, Riker has gone, and we get Beverly, and it's such an awesome. Like awesome character moment, right? This is genuinely an awesome character moment. When Bethany Cuss comes, and they haven't seen each other for like over 20 years, and they just look at each other, right? And she's just shamed, and she looks at him, and then she looks him in the eye, and she's like tearful, right? And he's like, "It's my son." Finally, he accepts it's my son, right? And he's like, "Abandon, unlock the transporter, beam him over." He's like, "Belay that order." I said, but why? I said, it's my son. And it's so awesome, mate. It's so fucking awesome. And he's like, okay, I guess we're going to fight. Dad, it's awesome, right? He's like, and then, like, we're not going to hand him over. And he's like, engage. Oh, fuck me. It's so good. And we're back in real Star Trek, mate. And so he goes and hides in the, they do the Star Trek 2 maneuver. Goes and hides in the nebula. Right, and then I got a bunch of these screen guys. Look, you should see that how TNG, the iconography of it. This feels so TNG. This feels so technical manual. Come alive! Oh, it's so good to have this aesthetic back, and it's actually moved forward a bit as well. I mean, this is all great. The weapon found. Like, this is incredible. Do not seek blame. I don't know what any of that means. Alert! Yeah, it's awesome, right? Genuinely, I love it, right? I just love it. It's I felt like I was watching good TNG, right? And it was just good, right? It was just good. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.